What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Health, Healing, and Happiness. I am your host, IMG Intellectual Michael Gayton, the straight shooter. And today we're going to talk about how your memory has an effect on your daily basis and your daily mood. There's a lot of us, I know I've met me for a long time, maybe a decade or two. I would hold on to these grudges and these bad memories of my past, and I would relive them every day like a horror movie. I was a truck driver, so when I'm alone with my thoughts as driving a truck, I would just relive these, just man, like a horror movie, just daily, over and over on a constant basis. So I want to talk about how I was able to get over and learn how to shut off these memories, and what these reliving these memories on a daily basis, what they were doing to me. All right, so let's move over to my handy dandy scale of consciousness. And when I stumbled upon this scale of consciousness, this was just a great way for me to gauge how I felt on a daily basis and how often did I feel that way. Was I spending majority of my day in peace, love, and joy, happiness? Or was I spending majority of my day in anger and shame and guilt, and resentment, and just so that's where I was, believe it or not, spending majority of my day, and because when you're in these bottom parts of the scale of consciousness, you tend to be in a state of inertia where, you're so upset, you're so depressed, you're not really getting anything done. You don't feel like working out. You don't feel like getting, going to work or going out afterwards. You tend to start living an unhealthy life, mentally and physically. And when you're so angry all the time and you have resentment, it tends to set off these trigger these bad, not only bad emotions, but then your chemical balance starts going off. I'm not really a medical doctor. I've seen a lot of videos and studied on what kind of chemical imbalances these moods cause, but if you look it up yourself, it's very easy. You can see what happens to a person that spends majority of their day in anger and resentment. Those are like poisons that you're drinking that's taking a toll on your body. You know what I mean? This anger and this guilt and this shame, that's stuff that you're putting your body through. So how did I so once I realized that my memory was just taking this toll on me, how did I shut it off? Well, I went through forgiveness. Forgiveness is the key. I could tell you about all these bad memories of bad things that people did to me. I have these bad memories of my exes, and bad memories of that I was bitter about certain things that happened between me and my family. We all have these things. So forgiveness was the key for me to finally let it go. I have a backpack here. So all this in this backpack, we'll look at this as resentment, anger, shame, guilt. These are all your memories, bad memories that you carry with you on a daily basis. And I see a lot of people that carry this. So I got a call for my buddy to go, shoot a couple games of pool last week, and we get there, started shooting a couple games, had a beer or two, and then he started talking about, oh man, I don't know if you remember when my father passed away, my brother, he didn't, he started reliving this horrible memory that he has told me about before, several times. And I was like, whoa, man. I go, man, dude, you're reliving that horror memory in that horror movie in your mind again. Just reliving that horror movie. And he was like, oh, no, I'm just trying to share my feelings with you. And I go, yeah, I know, we've talked about this. What I'm telling you is that, man, dude, like, you're putting yourself, we're just chilling, you're putting yourself into anger and resentment, and and how often do you think about this? Because you're carrying this around all the time. Because I used to do the same thing. I had so much resentment and anger from decades ago from my exes and from my family, and I would just carry all this anger around all the time, carry it around like this. So I was like, dude, I was trying to explain to him that the only way you're going to be able to take this off is that you have to forgive them. Forgiveness is the key. Just like if you did something bad to them, they might see it a different way. You might eventually need them to forgive you. You know what I mean? So forgiveness is the key. Once I was able to forgive everybody for what they did to me, see, and I looked at it this way. See, I haven't been there as often as I should be for my children. Now, whether I was alienated away or I alienated myself, that's another story. I had to face those facts and look at it. But once I was able to forgive, forgive not only myself, but forgive them. And once I was able to forgive them, I was able to get rid of this anger that I was holding every day. I was in my truck going to work every day, am I semi-angry? But the forgiveness, once I was able to forgive, I was able to take all this weight off. Oh, that felt great. That's it. No more daily memories where I was reliving these horrible things that happened in my past that I was guilty for. Because I'm not that person. I'm not that person back in 1996. I'm not that person back in 2005. I'm not that person back in 2000. I'm not that person from 2019. I am a totally different person right now. So I don't have to be in that shame and guilt and in that anger all the time. I was able to forgive everybody else and forgive myself. And once I found that true forgiveness, that real forgiveness, to forgive everybody and be in that acceptance, I was able to live my life in peak performance without any stress. I was not here. It's easy. I'm all day in this love, peace, and joy. This love, peace, and joy because I was able to forgive those horrible memories that I kept reliving. That's the only way you're going to be able to shut those off if you forgive. You have to forgive. You have to forgive those horrible things that happened. You know what I mean? And I know, I remember I was on the phone last night with a friend, and the first thing that came out of her mouth was like, "You don't understand, though. You don't understand." I mean, that's the thing, is that everybody that tells their personal horror story of how horrible things were when they grew up, or what a horrible thing that somebody did to them, and we all have those very horrible stories. I could sit here and tell you about horrible things that people did to me throughout my life. Really bad things that are hard to forgive, that I relived them. But that's the thing. You are carrying that weight. You are carrying that weight for the rest of your life. You are reliving that memories. You are carrying the stress, the anger, the resentment. You are carrying all that anger. You know what I mean? All that frustration. You are carrying that. That person that did something bad to you may never even think about it, or have any resentment over it, or any sympathy, or any forgive. They might never say they're sorry. They might never say they're sorry. So, you got to be able to forgive them and take this daily stress, that daily anger off. And once you're able to truly forgive them, I'm telling you, I have a buddy, me and my buddy, we were a friend for 20 years, and we built this organization, this group, this almost a company together, and he kind of like X'd me out and shunned me from the group and like locked me out and didn't, what we build, he ended up making somebody else a partner with. And we built this from the bottom up, and we were friends for over 20 years now. I was so mad, so angry for like a year. I was just holding all this anger and resentment. I was like, man, how can you do me like that? We were friends for so long, and we built this business and this group and this organization from the ground up together, me and him, and you're just gonna throw me away and lock me out of the group and say I'm no longer a partner, even though we had, and but I made so if I would have sat there forever and wait for his apology, it would have never came. He never came. I could have been going on for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years saying, oh man, if it wasn't for my buddy that we were supposed to do this business together. And if, no, I mean, you have to move on with your life. It was bad enough that I sat a year in anger, a year of resentment, a year of bitterness, a year of just being mad. And thinking about ways to get back at him and trying to... No, why? I just forgave him. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I did something wrong for him to want to take me out of the group or whatever. Maybe I did something wrong. Or maybe something was supposed to better come out of it, like straight shooters. Like maybe something better comes out of it. You know what I mean? But either way, I was able to just have acceptance for what it was and forgiveness. And now me and him talk on a daily basis. We're friends again, believe it or not. Yes, we are friends. We talk about, we still hang out and stuff like that. And, I was with him, I don't know, a couple times already this week. So I was able to let go of the anger and bitterness and just move on with my life. I'm happy for him and the things that are going on in his life. And hopefully things will keep on going great for me. You know what I mean? And straight shooters will go where I want it to go, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be something that helps people, helps my group of people that have helped me. What is that saying that Denzel said in his speech? Each one teach one. Reach back. Reach back when you learn and you've made it. Reach back. Each one teach one. So this is what I'm doing here. I've learned how to deal with my anger. If you knew me decades ago, I was constantly mad and upset, and it didn't take much to trigger me to get mad. Didn't take much. You could bring up my past, my exes, and stuff like that, or my family, and I would get so mad. I would get so, and now my whole day is going bad. But when I was finally able for acceptance and forgiveness, just accept for things what they are, and be able to move on and forgive, and now. My memories are there, but I control my memories. I control when my memories turn on and when they turn off. I can shut them off. It happens all the time. Like, you start, you're in your own thoughts, you're daydreaming, and that memory will start going on. Oh, and that person did you bad. Remember that? And you won't be able to shut it off. That's the thing, is that you want to be able... I didn't want to be angry anymore. I didn't want to be in this bottom scale anymore. Because things were just not going right in my life from this bottom part. Things go so much smoother when you're in love, peace, and joy. So that's it, guys. If you're able to that, so we talked about that. Now your memory, if you're able to get rid of those bad memories, those bad horror movies, those horror flicks, those bad things that people did to you in the past, shut them off. And the best way to shut them off is with acceptance. Just accept what happened and then forgive them. Forgiveness. That's up here, because that's it. That's 350. Remember I said yesterday we talked about pride and ego. And when you take the pride and ego off, the pride and ego. I almost said ego. Ego. Your ego. So, you take that off and, you'll be able to move up to the love, joy, peace, happiness, and life without stress. That's what we want. Life without stress. You don't want to be angry all the time. You don't want to be upset all the time. So that's what it is, man. Shut that memory off. Take off the pride and ego that you wear all day long, and the things that you have to identify with, the things that you have to protect and defend. Shut that off, because you're going to be in a bad mood all the time, upset all the time. You don't have to be upset. That is a choice. You get to choose how you feel. You get to choose how you live life. It is actually a choice. So, I hope you guys like this. I hope this helped. If this resonated with you, I hope you smash that like button. If you want to hear some more of this good stuff, and we're going to be doing more health about the body, what to eat and how to exercise, subscribe, share this with your friends, let people know, word of mouth. We got a new positive program around. It's called Health, Healing, and happiness. And it's done by the straight shooter. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I love